Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to my respective panels, Dr. Izrin Farina and Dr. Wan Muhammad Bukhari. My name is Farrez Irsyad bin Magno, and today I will present about my diploma project. My project title is Power Switching Control and Monitoring for Homestay via Smartphone, and I'm under supervision of Dr. Muhammad Ruzaini bin Hashim. Homestays now are being the common choices for travelers or tourists with big groups and families, as homestays can accommodate more people and serve a complete household facility. And starting in 2008, Airbnb has been introduced into the world. Airbnb is a new management system for homestays where the host can manage everything starting from bookings until guests checking into the house remotely from using their apps or using the web. Airbnb is a well advanced technology that can reduce human labor and can make the managing process more efficient. And the technology that exists in Airbnb management is, I believe, very sophisticated and advanced. And in order for us to make this technology more advanced and well manageable and more environmental healthy in the aspect of electrical usage, smart home application can be applied to the system. And by using the existing technology created by Airbnb, my project is focusing on introducing a system that can trigger and control the power switching system and power monitoring for the homestays. Moving on to the problem statement of my project, as we know, the I'm looking at how hotels room now use the system of, if you can only get to power up your room when you insert your key card into the key slot on the wall, and after you insert your key card on the wall, then only you can get access to all the electricity in the room. So I wanted to bring that perspective of application into my project, where, as we know, homestays is a big household with complete facilities in the house. So there are some electrical appliances like refrigerators and television, or other small electrical appliances are still drawing current either actively or passively from the main source, and this phenomenon will lead to higher electrical bills. The appliances are still drawing current, although there are no gas in the house, so that might contribute to a higher power usage every month. So in order to prevent that to happen, we need to install power switching control for the electrical sources in your house, so that electrical supply are being connected to the appliances only when there are gas checking in into the house. So the current will be connected to the appliances in the house only when there's gas checking into the house. The first objective of my project is to implement wireless power switching application for homestays. The second one is to design a small scale project to exhibit the Internet of Things into the power switching for homestays, as the power switching system that I've implemented in this project is using IoT as the medium of connection between the controller and the host. The third one is to develop an energy monitoring system that allows the host to monitor their power usage for their homestay. So moving on to the flowchart. I've divided the flowchart into 4 different sections, where each different sections explains different parts of developing the project. So the first section is research and brainstorming section, where I obtain all the related information about the project. I do some research on the internet. I've read some journals, articles, and this acts also helps me to create the literature review for my report. I also brainstormed the circuit construction and component involved. I've searched for many existing projects in the internet, and I try to implement it into my own project. And I also understand and I also try to understand all the knowledge and solutions possible for me to solve the problem that I've stated before. The second section of my flowchart is actually circuit designing and construction, where I've done the schematic circuit designing and modeling. And in this section also, I started to build and construct my system using hardware components. So the hardware components that I've identified that's suitable for my project is Arduino Uno board, the Node MCU board, 2-channel relay module, ACS712 current sensor, and 16 by 2 LCD display. These 5 components are the most important components for my project, and there's other small passive components like resistors also exist in my hardware circuit. So this is my schematic circuit for both power switching and power monitoring circuit. The power switching circuit, I use the Node MCU as the controller because the power switching behavior is controlled via internet. So I've used IoT as the medium, and and my Node MCU is connected to the apps called Blink, and all the power switching controls are monitored from there. And for my power monitoring circuit, I use Arduino Uno board, and the Arduino Uno board are connected to an LCD display, while the ACS712 current sensor giving analog reading to the Arduino Uno board, and the power usage reading, power usage value, current value being displayed on the LCD display. So this is my hardware circuit after being constructed. The power switching circuit consists of Node MCU placed on the breadboard. The power switching hardware circuit are placed on the breadboard and being connected to a relay module. And for my power monitoring hardware circuit, I've used Arduino Uno. The Arduino Uno are being connected to the ACS712 current sensor, and there's also the presence of resistors on the breadboard, and the breadboard are also connected to my LCD display. So this is my final circuit consisting of all components and instrument involved, and I placed all of them in the control box. So this section is designated for circuit testing and coding constructing for controlling my 2 boards with its Node MCU and Arduino Uno, and both of them are being programmed by using Arduino IDE software. And after the circuit coding being constructed, the circuit is being tested, and any circuit output results are being analyzed, and if there's and if the hardware circuit are not working properly as it should, the problems in the coding are being troubleshooted and being corrected, and these steps are being repeated several times until I get the desired output for my hardware circuit. And this is the coding for my power switching circuit. Is this a short coding where the Node MCU are being connected to my Blink app in my phone through the internet, and all the switching behavior are being controlled just through the app. This is the power monitoring circuit coding, where in this coding it covers the calculation for the analog value reading from the sensors, and also displaying some essential values that need to be displayed on the LCD display. And this is the fourth section of my flowchart, where the section focusing on my prototype building, where a prototype being constructed to simulate a real situation of a homestay. And that real situation of the homestay, I represent it by using an LED lamp and also a single socket outlet, where both of it are connected to the source, but the live wire for both appliances are being disconnected and being connected to the 2-channel relay module for the switching operation to be performed. And after the prototype board have been completed, the control circuit in the control box are being embedded to the prototype to allow the power switching and monitoring to happen to the small prototype that we made. So this is my prototype board, consisting of cables, single socket outlet, an LED lamp and with the switch, and the grey box up there is my control box, and there's a 2-channel relay below it. So the working operation for this project is actually, if there's no gas checking into the house, So the host can turn off the electrical supply of the house by using the Blink app, and whenever there's guests starting to checking in into the house, electrical appliances can be reconnected back, also using the Blink app interface shown in the slide. So along the period of the customers staying in the house, the host can monitor the electrical usage of the house, and if there's any over usage happen, then the host can be informed. And after the guests check out from the house, electrical supply are being disconnected back from the main source and using the app, and it will stay disconnected until there's next customer checking into the house. So my project significance and contribution is, I try to implement this project into real life situation, whereas in homestays or now Airbnbs, this project can help to facilitate and to significantly demonstrate an energy saving and energy efficient environment. Existing remote power switching system in the project can also lead to a lower monthly electrical bills, where this power switching system can prevent any passive current drawing phenomenon or active current drawing phenomenon if there's no gas in the house. And the monitoring system that exists within the house is significantly for the house, for the host to monitor the power usage, and for the host to be well informed if there's any over usage from the house. And although this is a small project and only slightly mitigate the impact energy wastage, but I believe it is, if it is performed in a larger scale, it can help to contribute the world towards a greener and sustainable environment to achieve the sustainable development goals stated by the United Nations. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you so much, and I will show you the video demonstration for my hardware after this. Thank you.